Do you know that the very infuriating fact about your own self contradiction comes within when you try to reason with unreasonable, as if you are trying to find a logic within the rubbish that you have been trying to spout. And that is what I have been getting along with. The problem comes to me. In fact, if I could go a little bit further, the problem begins with my own decision to spout them. I was told, I was taught, and I was convinced that contradiction or self contradiction is an absolute necessity because different ideas are, if they are going to be mishmashed into against each, then what comes out of such conflict? What comes out of such conflict could be the most persistent idea that one could derive themselves into. It is as if you're trying to create your own idea from such grounds of that confliction which you have created previously. Oh, all that convictions which I have been trying to put forward before. It has happened, and I did convince myself to just be more contradictory. Although, in the middle of such supposed struggle, as I'm trying to find out, there should not be any ounce of confusion. That should not be. That should not come from within as a result of such confliction. Because, as I have been faced million times before, that any ounce of uncertainty is going to provide or is going to cave in different rubbish, different jargons of um, misconceived ideas, misconceived, misunderstood, all that, misconceptualized also, um, every part of it. Just, it comes out of those confusions, as I have felt that. I did. I have experienced that, and also I have felt the little, that, that tiny sense of to not be certain about one's own decisiveness. But there is that little but which I don't like, and that but is going to trash out whatever that I have concocted before. But the confliction is to have, is to be, is to stay also. But there should be that little amount of struggle, that little confliction, which should be without any reason behind it, without any logic behind it. So I could validate or bring out or provide a reason. So I could provide a reason or an idea which comes out of such confliction as a result of those ideas which are going to prove themselves if they are persistent enough to be cemented above my own head. Which again brings us back to that confused state of one's own self. One's own self, identifiable, rectifiable, whatever that is. Well, sometimes I don't think of such, but the times are rare to me when I do ponder upon those conflicted thoughts which aren't going to suffice my needs, but they have to be contested if they are to be championed for me, if they are going to be principled or disciplined into one's own rules of his own living. It has to be contested, or it has to be put against different opinions to rectify and also to validate, and also, if I can say it, to reinforce, yes, precisely, to harness or reinforce those ideas which are going to be prevalent. If they are going to be prevalent, then against any ideas which you have been trying to put forward, it has to be more prevalent, regardless of whatever comes to it, whatever comes across of it. That is what I've got to be, I suppose, and all that. That is what I've got to be.